All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into what is, without a doubt, one of the biggest headaches for any wireless pro, trying to manage radio frequency interference in those super dense, multi-tenant buildings. You know the ones. Now, what we're digging into today is actually part 11 of a much bigger series. It's all based on a really detailed report from the folks at RFI Detectives, and it's built from the ground up for technicians like you, the people who are actually in the trenches dealing with this stuff every single day.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll really define the challenge. Then, we'll get into how you diagnose what's actually going on. From there, we'll look at some proactive strategies to get ahead of problems, and finally, we'll talk about how to keep that performance solid for the long haul. Okay, let's jump in.
Let's kick things off by really getting a handle on the problem you're up against every day in an office block or an apartment building. Calling it an RF jungle, honestly, that's the perfect way to describe it.
You see, a multi-tenant building isn't just jam-packed with people, it's jam-packed with signals. Every single tenant spins up their own Wi-Fi, usually with zero coordination with their neighbors. They're all just shouting over each other in the exact same, very limited airspace. It's chaos. And here's what's so important to get. These problems create a domino effect. It all kicks off with that channel interference, which just tanks your signal-to-noise ratio. And that, in turn, leads directly to slower speeds, dropped connections, and your device is just constantly having to resend data. It's a digital traffic jam, and believe me, everybody's stuck in it.
So you're faced with this absolute mess. How do you even begin to make sense of it? You can't just throw another access point at the problem and hope for the best. So let's get into the diagnostic phase and see how you can get a really clear picture of what's happening.
The absolute key here is to stop guessing and start measuring. If you really want to know what's going on, you have to focus on specific numbers-based metrics that tell the real story of how your network is doing. And these are the big ones you need to be tracking. A low signal-to-noise ratio, anything dipping below 25 dB in a crowded space, or high packet retry rates, those are giant red flags that interference is winning the battle. This isn't about what users think is slow. This is the cold, hard data that shows you exactly where the problem is.
Okay, so once you can actually see the problem laid out in the data, you can start to solve it. But this is about more than just fixing things. It's about shifting your whole mindset to build a network that can prevent problems before they even start.
The real goal is to move from the left column here to the right column. Being reactive is just being a firefighter. You're always responding to complaints, manually tweaking a channel here and there. Proactive management, though, that's where you use systems to constantly monitor, find the root cause, and build a network that's truly stable and resilient.
And this whole process is a continuous loop. It's not a one-time thing. You use those enterprise-grade systems to keep an eye on the network, spot new sources of interference as soon as they pop up, like when a new tenant moves in and fires up their own gear, and then you make smart, adaptive changes to keep everything running at that optimal baseline you've set.
Let's be super clear about this. These management systems are not just nice-to-haves. In a multi-tenant environment, they are absolutely essential tools. They give you that bird's-eye view, that centralized control you need if you have any hope of taming all of that RF chaos.
And finally, let's talk about why you can't just set it and forget it. You can't just optimize the network once and walk away. Keeping a network healthy is a long-term job, mainly because the environment itself is in a constant state of change.
This quote from the RFI Detectives Guide just says it all, doesn't it? The RF environment inside a building is changing every day, sometimes every hour. New people, new demands, new devices. Your strategy has to be just as dynamic to keep up.
Think about all the variables your network has to deal with. A new company moves in next door. A tenant renovates and puts up new walls. Heck, even something as simple as the leaves growing on the trees outside in the spring can affect signal propagation. If you're not constantly watching, today's perfect network is definitely tomorrow's problem child.
And that really brings us to the final critical question. The strategies we've just talked about are the best practices for right now. But as the number of devices just continues to explode, this challenge is only going to get harder. It really makes you wonder, what are you going to have to do to stay ahead of an even more crowded future?